My name is Jim. This is my present of seminar on reading instructor. My title is The Relationship Between Learning Anxiety, Motivation, and Academic Achievement among 3rd and 4th grade students. This section, background of the study, forms the foundation of my entire thesis. It sets the stage for understanding why this research is important by describing how digital transformation, especially after COVID-19, has shaped Taiwan's English education. This part explains the national and local context that motivate the study. It also connects directly to the next section, which defines the specific research problems. In recent years, Taiwan's Ministry of Education has promoted nationwide digital learning policies such as one tablet per student. Platforms like Cool English and the adaptive learning platforms have become key tools in English education. Locally, Union County built over 2,000 smart classrooms to integrate this system. However, traditional English classes remained exam-oriented and stressful. Game-based learning, which uses challenges, feedback, and rewards, offers an engaging solution to increase motivation and reduce anxiety. This section, Statements of the Problems, defines the central issue my study seeks to address. It follows the background section and sets the stage for the research purposes. Specifically, it explores why elementary students in Taiwan often lose motivation or feel anxious in English learning, and why existing research has not fully addressed these challenges. By analyzing these problems, this section builds the rationale for applying game-based learning to improve both emotional and academic outcomes. Motivation determines students' effort and persistence in learning. However, many primary students lose interest when vocabulary learning rely on rote memorization. As children's self-awareness grows, they begin to compare themselves to peers. Low achievers develop fixed mindsets and lose confidence. Traditional teaching methods rarely sustain motivation, while game-based activities provide purpose, feedback, and enjoyment that help re-engage students. Taiwan's English classrooms often emphasize grammar explanation, drilling, and exam preparation. This teacher-centered model limited autonomy and turns learning into a test-driven task. Excessive peer comparison and competitive pressures further lower self-confidence and motivation. In contrast, environments that emphasize collaboration, autonomy, and enjoyment can sustain motivation more effectively. Young learners often feel anxious about vocabulary and grammar because these skills demand heavy memory and accuracy. Fear of mistakes, teacher correction, and peer comparison make students silence or avoid participation. Cognitive overload and test pressure intensify this anxiety, limit vocabulary recall and grammar accuracy. Game-based environments with immediate feedback and low pressure help learners relax and enjoy learning. Studies shows that digital tools and supportive teacher feedback reduce anxiety and improve engagement. By shifting focus from fear of errors to meaningful use, students gained confidence in vocabulary and grammar performance. Although many studies confirm the benefit of GBL, most focus on secondary or university learners. Research on primary school students remains limited, often short-term and descriptive. There is a need for rigorous classroom-based studies that combine effective measures with academic outcomes, especially in Taiwan's digital learning context. In response to these gaps, the present study focuses on grades 3rd and 4th in Taiwan, implementing 11 weeks long GBL intervention. It investigates how GBL influences motivation, anxiety, and academic achievement. Within real classroom settings, this study contributes practical, evidence-based insights for digital English learning in the primary context. This section research purpose links the previous problem statements with the study's core objectives. It clarifies what the study intends to examine and why flow theory provides a meaningful lens. Specifically, it proposes that integrating game-based learning into elementary English classes can enhance achievements by reducing anxiety and increasing motivation through flow experiences. This section defines the study's direction and establishes how theoretical and practical elements are connected. This study examines whether GBL can improve students' English performance through the psychological mechanism of flow theory. When learners face balance challenges, clear goals, and immediate feedback, they can enter a flow state where anxiety decreases and motivation increases. Using a 11-week quasi-experiment with 3rd and 4th grade students, the study applies core English platform to promote flow. It measures changes in anxiety, motivation, and academic achievement to explore how flow-based GBL enhance engagement. This section presents the core research questions derived from the study's background, problem statement, and the theoretical framework. It translates the overall research purpose into specific questions that examine how game-based learning affects students' motivation, anxiety, and academic achievement. The study focused on 4 main questions exploring how GBL impacts motivation, anxiety, and English performance. It also investigates the relationship among these variables, aiming to explain how emotional and academic factors interact within game-based environments. This section explains why the study matters. It highlights its theoretical, pedagogical, and policy-related contributions, building on the research questions. It shows how the findings extend flow theory, inform classroom design, and support Taiwan's digital English education initiative. Theoretically, this study applies flow theory to young learners, showing how GBL fosters motivation and reduces anxiety. Pedagogically, it guides teachers in design effective digital lessons. At the policy level, it supports Taiwan's digital English education goals by offering evidence for anxiety-free, engaging English learning environments. This section defines the key concepts of the study to ensure clarity and consistency. It focuses on game-based learning, explaining how it differed from gamification and how it operates within Taiwan's digital English education environments. GBL uses 4 games with clear goals and feedback to create meaningful learning experiences. Unlike gamification, it embeds content into gameplay. In Taiwan, the Core English platform demonstrates GBL principles through missions and adaptive challenges that boost motivation and reduce anxiety. Thank you for listening.